It's all about the sound.
More on Strong Honey.
The subway card. It's easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Radio City Music Hall is proud to present in rhythm and glamour, Miss Annie Gilbert. Singing for Victor Records, Bob Roloff said, the greatest potential jazz stylist in the business. As reported by Downbeat Magazine, January 9th, 1958. The reviews of her first two albums said to have a voice that was stylistically persuasive,
well, I didn't mean to.
arranged, and warm, highly sought after in the business.
I would not feel like I do.
So we're in the studio of Ann Ostrow. You can look around and you can see there is a great deal of history, and it's history of entertainment. After 10 and you had the radio.
I
Was it
sang
thought-
on radio, and then in the summertime, for 3 months, instead of my learning how to swim, when I was in high school, learning how to drive, 16 down the south, 15, whatever, and doing all the things that the teenagers do, I was on stage at night till 11, 12. I got home about 1 o'clock in the morning. And 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, because that's when we did our dress rehearsal, and I did 36 musicals and operettas.
Ann Ostrow, play us one of your favorite songs.
The singing.
Just sing a little.
When I fall in love, it will be forever, or I'll never fall in love. From the moment I can feel that way too, is when I fall in love. When I fall in love. When I fall in love with you. Oh, just.
What do you
know,
think?
if I hit the right chord there.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing.
Oh, please, I'm not. I did. I had a 21-year-old voice, and I had that's my 77-year-old voice.
You still sold the message.
Did I?
Yeah, without question.
Because what the students have to do is tell the story. That's what it's all about. If you don't put words to music, it's just beautiful music. When suddenly a great lyrist comes along and puts words to a beautiful melody, then you have a story about life.
Well, we're starting to learn a little about our Miss Ann. Miss Ann Ostrow. Now, the beginning of that was Ann Gilbert. That was pretty cool to see her in the center stage of Radio City Music Hall. And then the voice you heard was a wonderful interview. You'll hear a little bit more of current time, but I need to tell you just a little bit more. Is it okay if I indulge just for a second? Here's the thing. You see, Ann was talked about and touted as one of the greatest singers, potentially, of her time. And if you get a chance, you can find her CD still, a great CD set that you heard at the beginning of that video. And, but she met somebody that I think must have inspired that song to be your favorite song. I asked her what's your favorite song, and she wrote that, When I Fall in Love, because she must have really fell in love with Stuart Ostrow. Now, most of you know Stuart Ostrow, Tony Award-winning producer, director of Pippa in 1776, and so many more involvement in things that I can't even, it's sort of, well, we'd have to change the focus a little bit to Stuart, and we want to keep it on Anne. But she fell in love with Stuart Ostrow and was in an interview with a magazine, the Downbeat magazine, and someone said, how did you make this choice? How could you choose a different pathway? And these are her words. The reverence which she views her family life was somewhat in conflict with the widespread exposure a singer must achieve in order to win lasting population. In other words, she preferred a normal life. I'm not sure that your life is anywhere close to what we consider normal. Several weeks after this discussion, he wrote Miss Gilbert at the time, and soon to be Miss Ostrow. And this was her reply about what is a normal life. Normal is a difficult emotion to convey. Some define it as usual, some as typical. These are Anne's words. Others as regular, to harmonize, to fit, those who adapt to, agree with, and adjust to. Many of our dear friends, who are also in the jittery jungle of mass public approval, show business, says normal living is non-conformity. I agree with all of these definitions, she said. All of them have separate meanings for each of us. I love this next part. And this is the Anne of the 50s and the Anne of the 21st century. My husband and I believe in God, in the blessing of our togetherness, in our home, in our triumphs, in our failures, in our children to come, although they certainly have come and grown and been very successful, and to their collective happiness. We have asked for a large slice of life, and it takes the better part of all our time to make sure it doesn't grow stale for lack of attention. I love to sing well, and I shall continue to sing, she says. It's something that I can share. It's not meant to be forgotten nor given up. It doesn't have to be. It merely becomes secondary to the attention I want to give the rest of my life and my family. To help, I know, that's pretty spectacular from a woman of this stature, and with the potential career that she made choices. She became a teacher. She became involved in her children. She became a great editor and reviewer of her husband's work. True partners. So you really didn't leave entertainment, did you? But you brought your family into focus. Let's give a hand already for Anne. Now, we brought back some people. Susan Draper studied with Miss Susan Draper. You remember Susan Draper? I know you do. Has been studying with her since 2006. She's a Moore School of Music, Masters of Music and Vocal Performance in 2005. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Susan Draper.
Ms. O, I know this is how all of your students feel every time we get to come to your studio. How wonderful that I'm beholding a never, never land unfolding, where
watching her do this for the first time, and here was this woman, she would wear the highest heels. She is the epitome of fashion. She can keep her feet still. And I wish I could play like her, because she would go all over the keyboard, changing keys. The way she coaches them, and you'll see it in a minute, is amazing. So here is one of her newer students, and potentially one of her newer greatest success stories. We'll see. He was in New York last week.
And I caught a cold.
And he caught a cold.
But I'm a pro, is what Miss O always said. She says, you're a pro, you get up there if you have 103 fever. And I remember one day, Miss O had her knee bandaged, and she always wears these outfits. You know, just fantastic outfits. And she says, she walks in high heels. Her knee is bandaged, in this great outfit, and she says, normally I can belt and high kick, but I'm a pro, you know, I'm a pro. So I'm a pro tonight. I don't know what you'll think of this, but here we go. This is With You from Pippin. If I could share my days with you. My nights are warmer than fire coals, incense and stars and smoke and room. But nights were warm beyond compare. If I could share my nights with you, to dance in my dreams, to shine when I need the sun, with you, to hold me when dreams are done. All my dreams are truly begun, and time weaves ribbons of memory, too sweet in life when youth is through. But I would need no memories there if I could share my life with you.
5, 6, 7, 8.
What do you think, Miss Ostrow? Are you happy? All right. All right, Cameron. Bring Miss Ann up on this stage, please. Ladies and gentlemen, thunderous applause. Now, you know she's an entertainer. But I did take the piano away, but the mic is all yours, Miss Ann. It's all yours.
Oh, okay. How much time do we have? Because once I start, I don't stop. And they say, Ann, you've got to finish the discussion and get on with the music. But in talking, we learn a lot. We learn about each other. And the more we do that, the better we are. I love David Berger. And before the year is out, we will be married. No, but that's what's going to happen. I love David White. I love this band. he told me that he's the great Arthur, by the way, in case you didn't know, the Music Man. And so he said, how do you do it? And he said to me, he said, I love Anne because I'm always hearing it. I hear it constantly. And I could not believe it was a wonderful thing to hear. And most of us don't hear it. But with you, David, we do hear it. We do hear it. And with the wonderful talent that this school represents, and of all the students that have been so beautifully trained and have made this school a happy place, which is one of the main things that I love about it. It's a wonderful, wonderful, joyous spirit that goes around these halls. So I just want to say thank you that I had the opportunity to be here. That's what I'm grateful for, and that at 77 years of age, I can still teach these kids so much they don't know yet. No, never sing a cappella when you audition. Never.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ann Ostrow, our golden cougar.